Hong Kong was ruled by Britain as a colony but returned to China. Under the one control two system of government, it has some autonomy and it built more right. The bill was withdrawn in September, but demonstration continue and now demand for democracy in the increase into police action. Clashes between police and activists have become increasingly violent, with proliferating live police and protesters attacking office and throwing petrol bombs. By then, the clash between police and protesters have become more frequent and violent. Hong Kong dominates the extradition bill from China. Extradition bill withdrawing the first protester was introduced in April. It could have allowed for criminals to be extradited to mainland China under certain circumstances. Upon said the rate opposing Hong Kong to unfair trade and violent judgment. They also argued the bill could have China greater influence over Hong Kong and could be used to target activists and journalists. Hundreds of thousands of people took to the street after wave of protesters, later carrying lamb, eventually said the bill could have suspended independently. Really, it had Britain's colony for more 150 years. Part of it, Hong Kong Island, was dedicated to the UK after a war in 1942. Later, China also led the rest of Hong Kong, the new territory of the Britain, for 99 years. It became a busy trading post and its economy took up in the 1950s, and as it became a manufacturing hub, a territory was also popular with the migrant and their descendants feeling a stability, popularly and perceptually in mainland China. Now I have discussed the Hong Kong protest. I will now discuss the problem of the China. History of the Hong Kong protest. About the Hong Kong protest in the early 1980s, at the deadline for the 99 years at the opposed, Britain and China begin talk on the future of the Hong Kong with the communist government in the China, arguing that all the Hong Kong right group have escaped China in the melee in Hong Kong, citing exemption as a legal ruling that have qualified for the democracy legislature at the disappearance of 5 Hong Kong personnel and the Ticons, who are eventually re-emerged in the custody in China. The time is set a chain to protest action that began in the seat at the government headquarters on 15 March 2019. A demonstration attended by hundreds of thousands on 9 June 2019, followed by gathering outside the Legislative Council completes the step of the second reading on 12 June, which escalated into ugly violence that caught the world attention. The Hong Kong protest will rail up since March. Millions of the Hong Kong citizens have gathered in the historic protest against a controversial extradition bill. On April 2010, thousands of people flooded the streets of Hong Kong in the opposition to the proposed law. On June 9, demonstrations of the over a million people, making the large protest in that decade. Now that I have discussed a historic Hong Kong protest, I will now discuss the problem of the Hong Kong protest. The problem of the Hong Kong protest. The problem that the Hong Kong protest at the protest have continued, that they have grown more violent and disruptive. Personal challenging of the city government and being since Hong Kong was handed over from Britain to China rule in 1997, while Hong Kong remains safe on the whole, though inside the city still worry about where this list and is that the end. Other protests want many people in the territory feel deep contempt from the China government and hope the protests their freedom for as long as possible. For the first time, the police offered pepper spray, poison, and more than 150 carrying of the tear gas. The protest thousands of protesters. For the thousands of protesters, protests have attended their demand and include as military for the address participants and the election for the lawmaker or the chief executives. How is the end? China does not want to plan for the protester. The Hong Kong government or the police have done little to calm tension, repeatedly declassing the protester while mostly defending the police conduct. Protests have shown few signs for the future, despite thousands of arrests. First, I have because of Hong Kong protests. Second, because the history of Hong Kong protests. Finally, third, I will discuss the problem of the Hong Kong protests. Hong Kong protest is very dramatic right now due to the anger of the Hong Kong people who want to have independence from China. Including the Hong Kong protest is still hit topic in the world. The problem happened to the protest in 2019 until now 2020. Thank you.